Är du ett monster? Hur låter monstret? Nej, ska du hämta kameran?
Till dig.
Varje gång, Alexander. Varje gång. Och du är så snäll som hämtar den. Får en puss. Älskar dig. I absolutely hate the traffic in Gothenburg right now. I have a video that needs to be done tomorrow that I haven't even started yet because I don't know how I'm gonna showcase the product yet. I posted on my Insta story yesterday that I was going to have a Q&A on this channel today, and there was quite a few questions, so I'm gonna try to answer. How did you motivate yourself when you had no views on your content? I think that what motivates me the most is to create stuff and get better at creating stuff. Are you self-taught? Yes, I started using a camera back in 2016. The first time I actually started posting vlogs was in 2018. How much do you use autofocus versus manual focus? I will say that when I shoot these kind of videos, it is autofocus 90%, manual focus maybe like 10%. And when I'm shooting any professional videos, I would say that it's quite the opposite. How much money have you spent on gear so far? Not as much as you might think. Mainly because when you're at a point where I am, where you're an influencer, you have a big following base, then companies are very keen on sending you products to test out. How did you learn to speak fluent English? Just practicing or English lessons? The biggest thing of actually getting better in speaking English and expressing yourself is to practice a whole lot. Every single day, practice. Do you ever get tired and want to do something else? Absolutely. I think that one thing that motivates me a whole lot is to have this as a job for a long period of time, moving into the future as well. There's also times where I doubt myself a whole lot and think that all my videos are performing like shit. Nothing I do is going to change that, and it doesn't matter how much energy I put into a video because they don't perform, and that kind of demotivates you and wants you to go back to doing something else, mainly because you spend this huge amount of energy in something that you know that you don't get the payoff that you expected. But on the flip side though, I would never want to go back to a daytime job and have that instead of this, because this is so much more fun and I am in control of everything what I do. So even though I can have the feeling of, yes, I would absolutely want to do something else, I still don't want to do something else. It's only a feeling, not something that I would actually act upon. Is it difficult to make new content? Absolutely. I think that depending on what you are doing, it's very hard. But for me, for example, I'm trying to come up with new stuff that I can make with cameras and new short films and all that stuff. That takes time, but I've seen a lot of different creators that makes videos on everything basically. So why can't I do that? Do you have any plans to come to the United States? Yes, I do. I would love to go to the United States. The downside though is that traveling is an entire day, like 24 hours. Just to go from Sweden to the United States. I would probably need at least a week in the United States before I go home, and to be able to find that time right now is what it is hard. Why don't you do a day in the life of Peter, from waking up in the morning to getting ready to sleep? What you see in these vlogs are basically what is going on during the entire day. I don't have anything special going on. There's not that much things going on. Maybe there's some like accounting, some answering emails, and some of those boring stuff that if I record them, they're not gonna look as interesting. So what you see is basically what I'm doing. Do you think that DJI will release a more affordable version of the Ronin 4D? Highly doubt that. What is the most interesting things that you found out about the YouTube algorithm? It is ever changing. For me, it has meant that I've tried a bunch of different things on my channel, which has kind of like led the algorithm to not knowing what videos to recommend and to what audience it should recommend. The algorithm per se is something that we cannot really understand because Google always changes it and makes it more adaptive to the viewers of YouTube, not the creators, because we have to cater our viewers, not what we enjoy to do the most. Trying to understand the algorithm is something that I've done the last 1.5 years, and it makes you go mad. You are already working with top brands, but I want to know, is there any other brand that you dream of working with? Not that I know of, but something that would be cool though is to make some sort of car commercial. That'd be pretty dope. What is the hardest job or project that you've ever taken on, and what were the struggles with, and how did you overcome it? I'm going to say Rivals 3 and the music video. Rivals 3 was a behemoth in itself, and there were so many things that had to be in place for it to work. So that was definitely a huge challenge, but the music video was intense. We had only 2 days to shoot, and we didn't know where to shoot or what kind of location we had to shoot on before we actually ended up on the location. And what I like about that, and like having the pressure, is that when I'm working on the pressure, I always feel that I have to come up with something to make this work when I'm at the location shooting the actual video. And I think that putting yourself in a spot where you are uncomfortable is always a great way to overcome fears that you had going into the project. How's your feeling now with the vlog channel versus the main channel? This is a great question, because the main channel right now is something that I don't find that much enjoyment with anymore. I think I do it mainly because I want to make a living and there's good reach, and I still enjoy talking about the camera stuff, but I always feel that whenever I make a video where I really pour my efforts in, such as the RC car video, then I want that to perform well so badly, but when it doesn't, I feel so bad about myself, and then I have to come up with something else. And I think that that kind of pressure for me is something that I don't want to have. And with the vlog channel, I don't have any pressure at all. I just record what I do and then post it onto the channel, and then hopefully someone watches it. But the main reason that I do these vlogs is because I want to go back and watch these vlogs in years from now and see what I did at this very point in time, and to be able to share that with my family.